We're back. We're live. It's your girl Pearl. What's up? Hope it's working now. All right. We had to reset it because my camera went out. But if you're here, welcome to my talk. This is my second talk, and if you haven't watched my first talk, I really recommend you do. It's about the 4 steps to becoming unstoppable. And that was a really powerful talk, and I walked you through my LIT method that's going to help you transform how you show up in your life in so many ways. In this talk, I'm talking about how to transform and turn your fuel, your feelings into your fuel. This is going to really transform how you view your feelings, your thoughts. It's going to transform how you view the way you show up in your life, the things that you let get in your way, the things that often stop you from going after those big goals you have. It's going to help you get closer to those goals and those dreams. It's going to help you really transform the way you view these thoughts and understand the root of them and understand how to shift on a subconscious level and a body level to be stepping into who you're meant to be and into taking aligned action towards your goals. This tool has been so powerful for me and my clients. It's really, if you choose to implement it, and I really recommend you do, this will transform so much for you. And you'll see things get attracted to you so much faster because you change your frequency. Instead of operating from a place of fear, you now operate from a place of pleasure, of abundance, of love, of alignment, of desire towards your goals and dreams. And that's really the difference. Like the frequency you operate from makes a huge difference in how you show up, how you move, and how you magnetize things to yourself. So this is going to help you shift on a deep level. Who's ready for that? Drop a yes in the chat if you're ready for that. If you're new to me, it's your girl Pearl. I'm a holistic health coach. I'm also a state optimization coach for leaders, for women who are here to do big things, who are here to lead new movements and be on stages and be speakers and share their magic with the world and make massive impact and make lots of money and travel and just really impact people with their gifts. And in order to do that, you must have a clear mind, you must be optimized, you must have energy, you must understand how to use your feelings as fuel, must understand how to just be operating in the way that really makes you feel good and aligned for you. Hi everyone that's watching. Hello! Hi Janet, welcome back. So, I want to dive right in because we have some technical difficulties and we're just going to dive right in. And so, I want you to drop in the chat if you're someone that has big goals, big dreams, and you are like, oh my gosh, yeah, and they just feel so big, so scary. If you're like, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I know like all my heart and soul, this is what's meant for me. I'm meant to impact people with my gifts and be on stages and write a book and be on podcasts and whatever else your goals and dreams are. But stepping into that feels scary. You're almost like, oh, am I worthy or am I good enough? Oh, can I do it? Or, is it going to be too much? Or are people going to like me? Like whatever comes up for you. Drop a yes in the chat if you ever felt like that. And know that's normal. We all have this come up. If your goals and dreams don't make you scared, don't make you feel, oh my God, then you got to dream bigger. You're a girl, I have big goals. I have big, massive goals. Like, wow. And sometimes when I think about them, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm just like sitting there in my room just like regulating and like breathing, but they're on our heart for a reason, right? So I'm going to tell you a story about how I came about what I'm going to share with you, okay? And this is probably one of the biggest things. Yes, Janet, big goals, let's get it. This is probably one of the biggest things that's changed my life, is actually understanding how to utilize and extract the wisdom from my feelings to tap into my strengths and to create a different version of myself and to become the version of me that takes action and is empowered and is a victor instead of a victim, and not allowing my feelings to keep me stuck and bogged down in negativity. And so a lot of the things that happen for us sometimes are really challenging. I know since we're here, you're watching this, we're in this experience, you're in this group, I'm sure you've been through some challenges, or else you wouldn't be here. Because Challenges are what make us more driven, more committed, help us evolve to become who we need to be. And I believe every challenge happens for us. And so I remember I'm in my room. It's a Friday night. Visualize this with me. I'm in my room. I'm in this room. It's a Friday night. And I live in a tiny apartment, a little studio apartment in Vancouver. This is basically my whole place. You can see it. And the kitchen's over there. And I'm in my room. It's a Friday night. I'm getting ready to go out. I'm getting ready to see a friend. And this is a time in my life when I was really low. I was really down. I was really sad and depressed and anxious and honestly a completely different version of who I am today. I had low self-esteem. I was lacking confidence. I really didn't have that much support in my life, right? That's what I perceived. I didn't think many people liked me. I didn't have that many friends. I struggled with a lot of things. I put myself out there and I was scared to be too loud or people wouldn't like me. I wasn't fully being my full self. And in this time, I don't know if you ever had a really low moment, a really low time in your life where you really weren't sure if anything was going to work out. You thought, man, like this isn't what I want to be doing. It's not how I want to feel. Like, is this all life really is? Like, does it get better than this? Is this all? Like, man, I don't really know if this is it. Like, I don't want this, And so it's Friday night. I'm getting ready. It's a time in my life where I'm grieving the loss of my sister. My little sister took her own life a few months before this night. She was 16. She took her own life, and that rocked my world. And that's a big reason. She's one of the biggest reasons I do what I do today. Is to help women optimize their state, but more importantly, optimize their well-being and their mental health. So they can feel happy, they can feel worthy, they can feel deserving, and they can feel alive, and they can feel like they deserve to be on this earth. And so, I'm in my grieving process. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm mad, all the things. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this friend. It's Friday night, I'm getting ready. I've had a really hard last few months. And I'm like, oh yeah, I get ready, can't wait to see my friend. I'll finally get out of this little box I'm in and I'll be able to go have some fun and like let loose. And it's been a while since I actually let myself have fun because I've been just grieving and sad over my sister. So as I'm getting ready, I'm playing some music, trying to get in a good mood. I check my phone and I see a text from my friend that I was supposed to meet. And she says, oh, I'm sorry, I can't meet up anymore. Something came up. And I saw that text and I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, I'm really looking forward to this. Like, this is my one night with my friend, my quote unquote best friend, who knows I'm going through this really hard time. And I was so looking forward to seeing her. I remember that moment I saw that text. My heart dropped. My heart broke because I was just really needing someone in that moment. I remember starting this whole narrative in my brain. It like triggered something in me where I ended up having a panic attack. I was anxious as fuck. I was crying. I was on the floor, hysterically bawling my eyes out. Have any of you really cried but wailed? Like you were almost something like was gonna, like you were getting stabbed, like wailing on the ground. Like, I didn't care who heard me. I was in fetal position, rocking back and forth, hyperventilating, wailing. Like, I was so upset and distraught. And it was this wave of not just that night, but all the other things I've experienced, the loss, the grief, the sadness, the anger, all the things. And I remember feeling like this, I'm gonna die. This is how I'm gonna die. Because I couldn't breathe. I was crying so hard I couldn't breathe. And I was like, this is how I'm gonna die. Wow. And I remember having a out-of-body moment. This is one of my biggest awakenings. I've had many, but one of my biggest awakenings. Let me know if you had a really powerful awakening moment. Drop yes in the chat if you're like, yep, I've had a really powerful awakening moment. So as I'm like barely breathing, on the floor crying, my body gets like, my soul comes out of my body And I look at the floor, I look at the ground, and I'm like, oh, wow, like this is the scene. And I see myself on the floor in distress, so upset. And I remember my higher self, wow, Janet, near death experience, wow. My higher self tells me, she's like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not how you're supposed to be living. You are meant for so much more. You have such a big purpose in this life. What, like, this is not you. Like, you need to, quote unquote, she literally said, get your shit together. And I was like, damn, like, yeah, like, for real, like, this is not it. The fact that I got to a place where I was so anxious, so depressed, so, just not taking care, not being in control of my life. And I was like, yeah, I am meant for so much more. I know I have such big goals. So I come back to my body. I remember, and it was like a flip switched. Literally, like when I came back to my body, I like shifted. I was like, I need to get up. I need to get my shit together. I need to figure out how to become the best version of me. So I got up from the ground. I wiped my tears. I took a deep breath. I looked myself in the mirror. And I was like pointing to myself. So you're going to get your shit together. You're going to figure it out. You're going to learn how to be happy, learn how to heal, learn how to process your grief. Just you can learn how to feel good. Like you don't feel good right now. This is not the way. There's a better way, you know? And so that night, I shifted. I went to the gym. I was like, you know what? If my friend can't hang out, whatever. I'm going to go do something for me. I'm going to go to the gym. I had an incredible workout. And from that day forward, I really started to learn about, okay, my emotions, my feelings, somatic work. Learned about processing emotions, took mindset courses, learned about the subconscious mind, learned about depression and anxiety and all the things that affect how you feel in your mood and your state. Learned about how I can optimize myself in the best way possible so I can be the happiest, most lit up woman I can be, so I can help other people also do the same. So I can show up better for myself and stop feeling so mad and sad and like, oh, the life sucks and nothing works out for me and I'm always, nothing's, like that's no longer the version of me that I'm operating at. So through the years and the evolution of who I am, I unlocked something around my feelings from that day. I unlocked something around using movement and dance to process and to feel. And my grieving process became such a beautiful learning experience for me. Every challenge that came after that day became such a beautiful learning experience for me to tend to myself, take care of myself. And that's what I'm going to share with you today is this process. I call it the Magic Moves method. Drop a yes or a one in the chat if you're still here with me and if you're excited to learn about this method that's going to really change how you view your feelings, because so many people I work with, so many women, powerful leaders, they let themselves get so stuck in their head and their emotions. We're emotional beings, yes, but I don't believe those emotions are here to keep us stuck in this negative story or keep us stuck from taking aligned action or hold us back from who we're truly meant to be. Those feelings are just a way to be like, hey, like, we're feeling this way. Let's take a look at this. Let's learn and evolve from this. And when you get curious about the feelings, when you get curious and be like, oh, let's look into this, and you learn how to address the deeper root, things shift so fast. And your feelings are no longer something you're scared of. You're not scared of your fears or your doubts or your limiting beliefs or, oh, am I going to be liked, or, oh, well, no one's going to love me, or I'm going to get judged, or all the things that come up for you. You actually lean into that. You're like, yes, give me that. This is expansion. This is me learning and evolving. And so, Magic Moves method, how to turn your feelings into fuel. The first part of this is there's two parts to this. There's like the part where you break down like what the feelings are coming from and like what the underlying need is on the subconscious level. And a lot of the time this is inner child work. And the second part is having the shift on the body level. So we're going to do both parts. And the part two actually involves movement. So we're going to be moving, okay? Drop a yes in the chat if you're still here. Drop a one in the chat or a yes if you're ready for this, if you're still with me. Okay, so I actually want to use a real example. So I want you to drop in the chat. Give me an example I can use so I can actively help you with this, whatever's coming up. I want you to drop one of the biggest fears or limiting beliefs that comes up for you when you think of your big goals or the things you want to achieve. What are the biggest fears or limiting beliefs that come up for you? Drop in the chat. I'm going to use this as an example to break down this magic moves method and to help you liberate yourself and have a shift. And you get to have a shift today because you decide to. When we do this work with my clients, they shift within minutes because we get to the root of this, and then we get to address it in a loving, kind way. Fear of failing. Love that, Janet. Thanks for sharing. Now, fear of failing. But what about failing makes you scared? Like, what about the failing? Let's go a level deeper. Tell me more about that. What about the failing that makes you scared? You see, the moment you can understand, there's one thing I want you to really anchor in, and this is about the subconscious mind. If you haven't heard this fact yet, it's that the mind always wants to lean towards pleasure and avoid pain. Okay, subconscious mind's always trying to keep you safe, always trying to keep you safe in your comfort zone. But everything that actually benefits us or that's aligned for us is out of our comfort zone. So it seems scary. So it's our job to make it a pleasurable thing. Okay, now we're going to get deeper into this, but make it a pleasurable thing. Think it's shame. All right, shame around what? Shame around failing, that you feel shameful or that other people might see you a certain way, or is it that you see yourself? Is it an internal shame? Thank you for sharing, by the way. We're getting deep, and this is the work I do. We get deep, okay? So, let's say it's shame. So the reason that you aren't taking action on this goal that you said is so important to you and that's so aligned for you is because you have a fear of failing. But really, you feel shame around the fact that you maybe couldn't succeed around this, that you're quote unquote failing or not doing it good enough or whatever that comes up for you, right? Internal shame. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. And we don't want to feel that shame because shame seems like a negative experience, correct? So our brain doesn't want to feel the shame. It's like, well, if I don't take action on this, that means I'm not going to fail. And if I don't fail, I don't feel shame. Okay, so under that though, we're going deep, okay, Janet? Hope you're okay with this. Under the shame, what does your inner child really want? There's always a flip side to this negative feeling. So let's say it's shame. You don't want to feel shame. On the flip side, what does your inner child actually desire to feel? Let me know what that is. There's always a flip side to these feelings. I'll give an example for me. For me, it's I want to feel loved and included. So for me, one of my biggest blocks is I actually self-sabotage myself because I think if I get too successful, I'm not going to be included. No one's going to like me. It's a really big wound for me. So I stop myself because I'm like, well, if I just stay mediocre, I'm just going to be liked because I'm just like, I'm not exceeding anyone else. I'm not making anyone feel uncomfortable because of how amazing I am. Okay, that's my story. So if I just stay small, people will like me and I'll be included and I'll be loved. That's what I really want, right? My inner child wants that love. I don't want to be excluded. I want to be loved. Okay? Yes. Yes. And so the flip side of for me is I want to be loved. I want to be accepted. I want to feel like I'm included. So once you understand what to be seen and loved, yeah, the root often is so much is that to feel seen and loved. Okay, so now we know that it's instead of being like, And again, this is where you have to tell yourself a different story and you have to meet your inner child where it's at and give it what it wants through the action of doing the thing. I'll give you an example. Thank you for sharing that, Janet. I really appreciate it. So, to feel seen and loved. So, you want to feel seen and loved, but the story you tell yourself is okay, if I don't fail, I'm not going to feel shame and then I'll get love and I'll be seen because I'm not failing, right? Because I'm not failing. And if I stay in this area that you keep yourself safe, I'll get love. And the flip side of that is when I take this action, when I step towards my goal, when I succeed, and you get to determine what success means to you, not this external idea of what successful is. I don't believe anyone actually fails. We're all learning along the way. So we get to determine what success is to us. So when I take action, when I succeed, because I know that I deserve to feel and I desire to feel seen and loved, you gotta tell yourself, okay, when I do this, I'm gonna be seen and loved by me. Okay, we get to give ourselves the love we deserve, the love we desire, the love we need from an internal place. That looks different for everyone. But it's that when you quote unquote fail, or when you take the action, where is the love coming in? Where can you give yourself that love? Where can you fully see yourself? And that's where your narrative gets to shift. That's where maybe instead of being like, oh, you didn't do good or you failed or oh man, like that sucked. I'm not saying this is what you're saying to yourself, but for many people, they're really hard on themselves and they have this really negative self-talk. So your subconscious mind, your inner child doesn't want to hear that negative self-talk, and so it doesn't want you to go and do the thing if you're going to get that negative feedback. It's like, oh, versus, oh, we did the thing. You know what? It's okay, because to me, success is taking the action. Success is posting that story. Success is whatever you determine success is for you, and I am so proud of you for doing that. I love you for doing that. I know that was hard and maybe it felt scary, but you know what? That was incredible. And next time I do that, I'm going to give you a big hug and I'm going to celebrate you and I'm going to love you. And you know what? You deserve to feel like, and you get to give yourself the love and the seenness that you need and desire. Is this landing yet, Janet? Let me know if this is landing. So, we get to give ourselves what we desire. And once your brain understands that, oh, when I do this action, when I actually take action towards the goals and the things that light me up and I feel aligned, I get that love and I get that desire and I get to meet my inner child's needs because you choose to give it to yourself, because you are in control of your life and you are in the driver's seat. So if your inner child's like, oh, I want to feel seen and loved and okay, then we're going to do that. And we still get to take action together. Let me know how this is landing. Beautiful. So that's the first step. So once you understand that, and this gets to go literally, once you do this, you're going to see such a shift in how you move. Because imagine you're talking to a little kid. I always say this example. You're talking to a little kid and you're trying to get your kid to, let's say, eat vegetables. This is random, but let's say eat vegetables. And you're like, you're going to feel so strong when you eat those vegetables and you're going to be the tallest person and you're going to get picked on all these teams and have lots of friends, whatever. You're telling a story to the kid. But the kid's like, oh my gosh, when I eat these vegetables, I'm going to make lots of friends and be strong and be loved, that story. So the kid's going to start eating more vegetables. Even though maybe it doesn't like vegetables, but it wants to get the deep desire of getting friends and being picked on the teams, for example, so it's going to eat the vegetables. And so the same idea applies. Your inner child, if you don't attend to it, will run the show. And that's why so many of us stay stuck, because our inner child runs the show and is so scared all the time. But when you get to sit with your inner child and be like, hey, I know you're scared and I know you want love and you don't want to feel that shame feeling, and I'm going to stop shaming you. I'm sorry. Like literally you have a conversation. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop shaming you. We're going to do this together. You're going to get lots of love. When we go do this action, take action on your business, eat the vegetables, whatever, you're going to get that love that you deserve because you're doing amazing. Okay? Now, that's step one. So you get that. Now we gotta bring it into the body because a lot of these emotions live in the body. Okay? So, how I do this with my clients, and I don't think Facebook allows you to play music. So I don't think I'm gonna play music, but I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay? I'm gonna walk you through it, then I'm gonna do a demo, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Because this is where you actually get to have the shift on the somatic body level. And this is where you get to combine everything. Okay, let me know if you're still with me. Drop a yes or one in the chat if you're still with me. So, we need to expand our capacity to hold all feelings. Feelings are not bad, feelings are guides. Okay, so when you're feeling a certain way, let's say you're feeling scared of failing but really don't want to feel ashamed, or let's say you're feeling scared of taking this action because you don't want to be judged or ridiculed, excluded, whatever comes up for you. You need to hold the space for yourself in the body to feel that feeling of feeling judged, of feeling shame, of feeling whatever comes up, and allowing yourself to have the space to feel it. And then you get the shift and move through the feeling and the emotion. You get to move through it, let it out of the body, get to release it, and then you get to anchor in the actual desire to be seen and loved on the body level, and you get to create a really positive experience around that in the body. So what that looks like is, I'm going to explain it, then we're going to do it, or I'm going to do it. Or you can join if you want. I can't see you though, so so usually I do this with music. I'll play a song I really like. It can be any song, but a song that really resonates. And I'll be like, I'll stand and I'll just like say, okay, well right now I'm feeling scared and I'm feeling shameful, and bring that feeling into the body, and I'll just allow yourself to feel it. Sometimes I cry, sometimes, I just let it process, and then I start moving. I'm like, okay, if I want to move with this shame and dance with this feeling, what's that look like? And I start moving and I feel it, and I make sure I actually feel it. Because this allows us to make our body know that it's actually safe to feel. It's not scary to feel, it's safe to feel. So I'm moving with this feeling, and then there's going to be a moment you're going to feel a shift in the body. Could take 30 seconds, could take a minute. You're going to feel a shift, okay? When you feel that shift, that is when I know I have moved and processed that, okay? And then I get to step into, oh, okay, well, I get to give myself so much love. I know that when I take this action and when I move towards my goals, I will feel seen and loved, and I love myself regardless, and I'm so proud of myself. And you just start saying these beautiful things, and you feel it in your body. You feel that love. Maybe you give yourself a hug, and maybe you're listening to this song and you're like thinking about, even sometimes visualizing your inner child with you. You're hugging her and like, it's okay, you're gonna do fun, we're gonna thrive together, we're gonna grow together. Whatever you gotta tell yourself. This is a whole internal process. You get to tell yourself what you need to, and then you're gonna feel another shift, and that's, you're gonna anchor in that feeling, the feeling of that love, of that gratitude, of that whatever. And that's the feeling you get to tap into. Whenever you feel scared or don't want to fail, or you feel the shame, you get to be like, no, actually, I get to feel this way instead. And so now when you feel that way, your brain now knows, okay, well, when I do this, instead of feeling shame, I feel love. When I do this, instead of feeling this, I feel that. And now you get to repattern your body and your mind to now learn that it gets to feel good. Even though maybe the action was quote unquote scary, that it gets to feel good and it gets a positive reward around taking that action. Let me know how that lands. Let me know how that feels. Now, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a short demonstration, but this will take up to 2 to 4 to 5 minutes, depending on how much you connect and really drop in, okay? I'm going to do a quick demo, and then we're going to wrap up. But let me tell you, when you do this, like, it will change your life. And I want you to do this after the call. If you're watching it live or watching the replay, you do this and you let me know. Either DM me on Instagram or come back into this chat and tag me, and let me share with me what happened and what shifted within you. Because this is it. This is the work. Like, if I could give every person a tool, it would be this one. Because it's just... Anyway, okay. Hopefully you can hear me still. Quick demo. Okay. So you're gonna stand, take that feeling you're feeling, the fear, the shame, whatever. You're gonna take it into your body. You're gonna play a song. So you play a song and you're gonna feel and allow yourself to actually feel the feeling. Like feel sad, feel the depths of it. And you just like move in your body and you're like, okay, well I'm feeling shameful about this and oh like I feel like I'm not gonna get the love or oh, you know, and like when I don't wanna fail because of this, whatever comes up, let it come up and you're gonna move and it's gonna allow yourself to feel the feeling, okay? And then as you're moving, and then you're gonna be like, I'm gonna move through this feeling. So how does this feeling wanna move through me? So you're gonna move whatever that looks like for you. You're gonna move whatever your body wants to do, trust it, move through it, okay? And then you're gonna feel a shift. You're gonna feel either a release, you're gonna feel lighter, you're gonna feel something shift. When that happens, you're gonna now be like, okay, well, instead of feeling shame, I choose to feel love. And you're gonna be saying to yourself, and you're gonna be moving with this. I often just hug myself and just like give myself lots of love. And I'm like, it's okay, you know, I'm so proud of you. I love you regardless. When we take this action, when we go towards our goals, you get to have the love and blah, blah, blah. And you just get to give yourself that narrative. And you're gonna shift and you're gonna feel, you're gonna dance, you're gonna move and feel that love in the body. Okay? And then you're gonna feel an elevated feeling. And then when you feel that feeling, I want you to really anchor that in and be like, now we get to feel this way. Instead of shame, we feel this. And you get to pattern into your brain. Instead of shame, we feel love, we feel gratitude, we feel proud of ourselves. And I'm crying during this whole thing because it's a very deep emotional process. But when you feel deep, that means actually resonating in the brain when you feel. Okay? And you're gonna be like, okay, and you're gonna feel that feeling, the elevated feeling, and you're gonna anchor that in, and then you're just gonna do that every time you feel scared or you feel shameful, and it takes like usually 2 to 3 to 5 minutes, and if you do that and then you move and take action, it will transform how you shift. And after you take that action, you then give yourself the love that you said you're gonna give yourself. So let's say you're scared of posting or whatever it was, you're gonna post and you're gonna reaffirm yourself with that positivity, with that love, with that recognition, with that acknowledgement. And that gets to be your new feedback loop. And now instead of feeling fear or shame, you feel love and you feel supported by yourself. Whew, okay. That is it. Let me know how that landed. Let me know how you feel. Hi, Miranda. If you're just tuning in, please go watch the beginning because this was such a powerful, powerful tool. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, that is what I want you to do every single time you feel the feeling. It doesn't take that long, but I had to break it down to make sure you actually understand it. So after you watch this video, I actually want you to go do that. I want you to go do that, and I want you to tag me either on Instagram or come back into this chat, and I'm doing a giveaway. So for those of you that do this and tag me, I will be drawing a name for someone to get a one-on-one VIP day with me. And in that VIP day, we dive into so many powerful things. We dive into the blocks, we dive into your mindset, we dive into aligning your soul. We dive into a lot of powerful things that are going to help you become unstoppable along your journey. So if you want to win a VIP day one-on-one with me, do this practice, tag me and share the shifts. Tag me on Instagram, share the shifts, or you can even just share a screenshot of yourself or of something else, tagging me with your breakthrough or what happened during this, and I will be drawing the names. So let me know how that landed. Thank you, Miranda. This was such a powerful session. Like this, let me tell you, this tool has changed all my clients' lives. It's changed my life. It changes how we move. It changes how we show up every single day. It changes how we speak to ourselves. It changes how we heal our inner child wounds. Because this is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is meet your needs and understand what that deep desire is and give yourself that every single day. And this, man, the way your life will transform because you're elevating at a different frequency. Instead of elevating from fear and doubt and shame and guilt, you're elevating from a place of love, abundance, gratitude, joy, desire, and your life will change. So thank you so much for tuning in. Miranda, I can't wait for you to watch too and do the practice. Let me know how and what shifts for you because it is so powerful. I will also I'll share my favorite song that I do this practice to. The song is so powerful, and even the song itself, like causes a different feeling and a shift subconsciously in the body because it's a really powerful song. I'll share this. You can do it to that song, or you can do it to another song that you really like. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for joining me in this talk and this chat. If you haven't watched my first chat, please go and watch my first one about becoming unstoppable. I'm also doing a giveaway in that chat too, so you'll get an opportunity to win maybe 2 VIP days with me. No one has joined yet or has entered yet. So make sure you tag me on Instagram, your takeaways from doing this practice or your takeaways from my first call. And I really want to see more women using this because this is what's really going to help liberate you to tapping into who you're meant to be and how you're meant to show up as. And so if you have any questions after this, feel free to just drop them either in this chat or tag me in the group. But thank you so much. I really hope you go and do this. You go and shift and work on these deep internal things that need attention, and you'll see your life transform. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and as always, enter the giveaways. There's a couple freebies in the text there if you want to join my world for free, or if you want to join the freebie I did, a powerful 3-day experience. There's so many resources, and of course, I'm always happy to support you. So let me know how everything lands. I cannot wait to hear your breakthroughs and see your shifts. And thanks again. Of course, it's your girl Pearl. Thank you, Deidre, and everyone else in this group for having incredible talks, incredible information. I'm grateful to be a part of this amazing event. I'm gonna hop off now, but I can't wait to see all you share. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you all so soon. Okay, bye.